Hi everyone, my name is Isaac from Portable Pipeline Systems, and now we are here back for another great video. And this one's going to be a case study. Case studies are usually hard to find because a lot of times cities get busy when they do their work with this type of equipment, and they don't have time to video or take pictures or whatnot. So it was really nice. I got a chance to. And this is not really a case study for, out in the field. It's more a case study of how they're preparing. So just to give you some context, it's more about what they're doing to prepare in case of an emergency. In this case, the fall of a lift station. So we're going to get into it, and we had some concerns. We had some problems that we had to give solutions for. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. Okay, so just to give you a customer profile of who we're dealing with in this case file is Costa Mesa Sanitation District. So city of Costa Mesa is in the very middle of suburbia, very highly dense area here in Southern California, with a lot of restaurants, a lot of commerce going on, bars, businesses of all types, and it's also a very affluent community in Orange County. And it's a respected city in the county of Orange, just because it's just a very popular place to be. It's a great place to live. Anyways, the city of Costa Mesa is concerned about emergency preparedness. As I talked to you in previous videos about emergency preparedness, people are not always emergency preparedness minded. Not all cities are like that, but not Costa Mesa. Costa Mesa they're very forward thinkers. They're worried about if something happens. How are we going to prepare? So very forward thinkers there at Costa Mesa Sanitation District. Also, just because the city is an affluent city, it does not mean cities who are not affluent care about emergency preparedness. I have customers that they don't live in very wealthy cities, but they still have good emergency preparedness plans. So it's not about always the population, how big the population, but it's about the people who run it. Now let's go to what their emergency concern was. Now everybody has emergency concern anytime they're thinking about emergency preparedness equipment of this type. So they had a concern about a major lift station, which details I cannot share with you because of security reasons. However, this lift station has wastewater main that goes about 7,000 feet underground, and if the station were to fail or if the pipe were to have a big problem, they'd want a way to bypass that hard pipe and to go above the ground with huge lay flat hose. And we're going to talk about what kind of equipment this entails as well. Let's talk about equipment. So they need a temporary above the ground solution with lay flat hose. Therefore, they purchased 7,920 feet of 12-inch Oriflex Kuriyama hose, some of the best hose out there, accompanied with aluminum camlock fittings. To deploy and receive this amount of hose, they purchased 3 4x12 trailers. Now that's 4 dividers of 12-inch on each trailer, and a capability of 660 feet on each hose slot within each trailer. And of course, engines to power each reel. You need engines to power this kind of weight. All of our trailers come with lifting bars, and I'm also going to explain why that matter too. But definitely, this is quite a bit of equipment for this utility and what their needs were. So just wanted to give you a little background on the kind of equipment we're dealing with. Training. Now here's another part that was actually very enjoyable. We did the training on all 3 trailers and tested out every trailer and its engine to make sure everything was working good. Now, we had the privilege of having a huge parking lot on the OC Fairgrounds, and thanks to the crew at OC Fairgrounds, they were super nice and allowed us to go out there every month and lay out this hose. And it was really interesting to see 660 foot, laid out onto the parking lot. It's been a while since I've seen all 660 foot laid out, so it's huge. 660 feet, it's a lot of hose, so it was really cool to see. By the end of the 3rd trailer, this crew in Costa Mesa Sanitation District, they were experts at deploying and retrieving all of this hose onto the reel. They were getting so good at it by the 3rd time, so that was really encouraging to see. Also, the CMSD crew handled the challenges and the hard work of dealing with 12-inch hose very, very well. Because 12-inch hose, it's not something that's easy to deal with. It's very heavy. It's you can't. You need a couple guys just to even move it around sometimes. So they did so well with the challenges and just dealing, like I said, dealing with 12-inch hose. It's not always the funnest to deal with. So I loved working with them. They were easy to work with, and they like to joke around a lot. It was really, really fun. So had a great time training. Probably one of the top 3 training events I've had with a customer in quite a while. Let's now talk about delivery. So with this type of equipment, you need the proper equipment to receive it. When it comes on a trailer bed, this is big equipment, like I've said before. So CMSD did not have some of the more heavy-duty equipment needed to receive this amount of trailers. So we helped them out with that. Usually when a customer buys this amount of equipment, it's usually a big utility with heavy-duty equipment. For example, high-capacity forklifts, cranes, and trucks, all of which are very helpful in receiving this type of equipment. These type of trailers are unusual for utilities to handle. So you do have to have heavy-duty, high-capacity equipment. And these trailers are big. Pictures really do not do them justice. They're about 12 inches high and about 20 feet long, and about 17,000 pounds in weight. So you do have to be pretty prepared for this, and we had to help them with this. Here at PPS, we've been pretty fortunate enough where we didn't bump into a problem like this before. But with this case, we had to bring out outside vendors like Mr. Crane to help us unload some of the trailers for CMSD. And Mr. Crane was a great vendor to work with. They were so good. I highly recommend them if you have anything heavy duty to lift up or to put on, to move. They're great, and they can lift anything. So this is a great way to unload the trailers if you don't have heavy duty, large capacity forklifts, especially. It's a lot safer to do with a crane, and all of our trailers come with lifting bars. In this case, in this video that you'll see, they chose to have their own lifting bar to do it, but our lifting bars work as well. So they just wanted to use theirs because they're just used to it. And then we had them delivered to the crane yard. From the crane yard to the customer site one by one. So it can be done if you don't have the equipment. It still can be done using local vendors with high capacity construction equipment like forklifts, cranes, and different types of trucks. Okay, so just a helpful tip if you're on the smaller side of utility and you're kind of worried about receiving this type of equipment, there are ways to get this done. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys in dealing with emergency hose trailers and lay flat hose such as 12-inch and how to plan for it. I want to thank Costa Mesa Sanitation District and especially the crew. They were a joy to work with. And our distributors, they were also in the video today, West Coast Equipment and Safety Supply. Also want to thank Orange County Fairgrounds, which provided that huge parking lot, which is not very common, and it was great to have that much space to train on. So big thanks to them. Well, guys, feel free to reach out to me with any comments or questions or anything you'd like to add. See you in the next video, and remember to always think ahead. Thank you for your time.